First Smoke family, it's a friends and family episode. We got Dave and the whole Preferred Gardens team. We get into everything you want to hear about, I'm telling you. First smoke of the day, if you want to get with any of our sponsors, easiest way is FSOTD.com. Get with Grow Generation, Fave and Under Canopy Lighting, Drip Hydro, Hemper, Raw Rolling Papers, Plantsman Group, doesn't matter. FSOTD.com. Let's smoke some hash rolls and get into it.
Yeah. I'm 20 years into cultivating. I know every little up thing that's going to happen, and I can talk through that. So that's how I've kind of leveraged licensing deals. We have hundreds of strains that we put together, and then if they say it's the best, then it's the best.
I'm not saying you have to smoke to be successful in cannabis, because I'll tell you, there's the times I stop smoking, I'm grinding twice as hard. Luckily, I can do that. These guys are QCing, that's a huge piece of it, right? So they have to be passionate about the plant.
You gotta wait too, let's smoke it when it's fresh, let's smoke it middle, let's smoke it in the bag for 30 days. You gotta think about that too, because some people might just throw their bud, end consumers might just let it sit in their car, might do this, but you gotta respect that QC too.
It's cool going to places especially new markets and being someone's first time, they walk through a dispensary on opening day and they never tried your product. You're smoking something, and to see our brand and want to do that with us, it's sick,
As soon as we get that family vibe and people are really all in, that's what it takes to be this core group. I don't know if it'll expand from here, honestly.
We're very aligned. We're all very different, but we work very well together.
We're the smallest team with probably the biggest footprint.
You guys hear that? I'm about to spark the 60K winner Preferred Garden on the pod today. Yeah, it's a special day. Welcome, Dave. First smoke of the day.
Thanks for having us.
Between you and Doja, you guys have been on the most on First Smoke of the Day.
Damn. Hell yeah. Family.
Yeah. I was looking at when I type in the name, all the episodes pop up. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this one. Yeah. So 60K winner, bro. How's it feel?
Feels fucking amazing, honestly.
Does feel tighter? Does the hat feel
same?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pants a little tighter.
Bro, walk us through how this started, because we just had Be Easy on. And I had to ask him, bro, you threw it out there, and then you didn't think, you had to not have guessed that people were going to run with it like that.
No, what happened is we were on X, right? And I'm not sure exactly who it is. Someone threw a comment about our mix light to Proper, and Proper said, oh, I haven't even smoked their mix light. And I was like, damn, you haven't smoked the mix light? I got a fresh batch right here. I'll go up against any of your indoor. You choose who. And he's like, oh, well, matter of fact, we got a contest right now with Z. Do you got any Z? I was like, oh, perfect. Boom. Dropped it on him. And he's like, oh, it was a $20,000 contest in the beginning. I guess 10K buy-in. And I just came back from New York. I was super hyped up about just what was going on out there, our launch and everything. And I was like, fuck it, I'll throw 10K in.
And you had Z ready, which is even crazier too.
Yeah, it's all about timing, So I wasn't sure we were going to win. I didn't really know what exactly was going on. I just knew, fuck it. We'll go in on this. It's whatever. We know mixed light is better than indoor anyway. So.
But for 10K, if you bet on yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
That right there takes a little bit though. Some people are confident, but that's that extra factor of no, let's prove it now.
I think we've been waiting for this. We've been really waiting to show fireweed is fireweed at the end of the day. And everyone kind of clowns on mixed light, Depths, Depths, outdoor, sun grown, it's fucking boof, whatever. They've been smoking mixed light this whole time. All the rec drops in the beginning, was mixed light. All these guys that were buying mixed light from me were sticking it in these jars and saying it was indoor. So it's and they've always praised it as the most hype weed. So I already knew it was, it was inevitable that.
One of the biggest things used to be the depths coming down from Mendo and then to be sold as indoors on the East Coast.
Of course. That's what was going on in the dispensaries. That was all the first weed that everyone thought was indoor. The most fire weed was greenhouse weed or depths, from the hills.
And walk us through mixed light, because I think there's different versions of mixed light, right? There's mixed light where you're using the sun assisted with lights, and then the environment's not controlled or controlled to a point where you have wet walls and things. And then now people are starting to get to where they have full AC'd glass houses.
There
almost.
It's super rare though. I mean, we're looking at doing that right now, but we don't have AC in our greenhouse. Right now we're running from, it's positive pressure. So, it's not like a negative pressure greenhouse where it just forces air through the backside. We have positive pressure, which is a little bit better, I guess, right? A little bit more control. We have wet walls. That's for cooling in the summertime. It adds humidity also. And it's just airflow. So it's a calculation of airflow. But we have everything that an indoor has minus, the mechanical equipment. But we also have sun. So
Where'd you learn to do the positive airflow? Was it because your old facility didn't have
This is
that,
a new
right?
one. So the facility you were at before that you toured, I'm long done with that facility. Have a new facility that's positive pressure. It was already fully built out with positive pressure.
How are you liking that, going from your old spot to your new spot?
Honestly, it's been the biggest challenge I've ever dealt with in my life. This facility is very intricate, and the CFM I don't think was calculated and built out for, that. It was basically for like a lettuce garden or something. It was not really calculated for cannabis. And there's a lot of things that go into these greenhouses, right? How many plants are going to be in there? What's your watering rates? There's a lot of like transpiration that happens. So every grower is going to have a different, kind of setup. So if you get to design it from the beginning is the ideal situation. Like if I could have designed the facility ground up, it would have been perfect, retrofitted it. And I'm trying to figure it out at this point.
Yeah, my stepdad used to say a 66 Mustang, no matter how much money you put into it, still kind of drives like a 66 Mustang, and
Yeah.
we would do all kinds of stuff to it. But yeah, you get that thing on the highway and you're like,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's heavier than it should be. A lot
Yeah.
of things, no matter what you do to beef it up. So you retrofit it. But you got to figure it out like every grow. You can't just walk in and all of a sudden you're just, hitting home runs. It doesn't work like that.
Even full build outs don't have that.
Yeah, no, never.
Like from scratch.
It's
And
a
you're still
minimum
like,
of 12
why
months.
doesn't this?
It's a minimum of 12 months. Yeah.
So however many runs you can get in 12 months, it's about a 12-month span before
It's
you
a
think-
minimum. I mean, you'll be lucky to get it in 12 months, to be honest, like landing it and not making huge mistakes and, figuring it out. So we're coming up. I think our first harvest was like 420. So we're coming up on a year and now we're starting to get really dialed in, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, did the 60K winner come out of that facility?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah, so
and it
that's-
was a test run. It was only like a couple single plants. I had a really small amount of it. It was a tester. It was,
Yeah.
But it was timing. Like it came out, it was fire. Yes. But like in a competition like that, it's timing. That's all it really is. When it hits its full stride, like cannabis has like the freshness. It's either too fresh or it's too old. You find that little spot in the middle and you get lucky when it hit its stride. That's where it's at. I mean, it's got to be good also, but
Let's talk about fresh weed, because there's a lot of misconceptions, in my opinion, on how long you should cure and what's a proper cure and what is even a cure, right? Like what's Dave's method of like when he wants some head
fresh
stash?
weed, to be honest. I mean, I like to grind it up and smoke it wet. And that's basically what we do for the most part because we're doing so much R&D. There's so many flavors coming down and there's a lot of production. So like R&D, these guys are heavy on R&D, but they're always smoking wet weed.
What a horrendous job, bro.
Horrendous.
They're smoking wet weed, but like
Save us.
it's better that way, in my opinion. You might not get like you might not get exactly what it's going to be when it is cured, like the burn, the smoothness, all those other things. So I'd say harvest, trimmed, cure it for 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the strain and the density and everything. There's a lot of differences there, and then it's perfect to pack out.
It is nice though, like he's saying, where when you smoke a strain right when it's ripe, and then you get to smoke it kind of through its stride as it dries out, and you then know like, oh man, this thing after 5 days in a jar,
Yeah.
When
it's
we
like,
QC, we know kind of right away if it's going to make it to that level regardless. So like if it's peppery, if it has full flavor, if it's smooth, if it has a bite like instantly, more than likely that bite's not really going to fully go away. If it's like smooth, fresh, all right, we got something. Smooth, fresh, it's burning clean.
Yeah.
Then all right, let's give this a cure. By the time I mean, we package everything. We're not trying to wholesale, a ton of like loose bags. That's not what we're doing. We're here to like really push the brand and, package whatever we can. And the things, not package everything, anything that makes it past QC.
How do you have that convo when something doesn't pass QC?
It's not much of a combo. There's a lot of places for that, it's wholesale. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't care about it smoking perfect. They don't care about, what we care about. So it's fine. It's easy.
But they trust in you that when you say like, this ain't it, it's not it. Because obviously you expanding into multiple states, that's a lot of QCing, obviously. And we know not every single batch and every single flower and every single nug is going to be something that preferred's like, here's our stamp. So that convo gets tough. I feel like with investors and stuff, they rely on Dave.
Yeah.
That they trust in you.
Yeah.
It's funny because we have all these guys that come on and like, we need this committee, man. And it's funny your name comes up so much, bro. No lie. Because we need a committee of people who can talk about what it's like cultivating in multiple states with different types of owners and what it takes to accomplish success, whatever that vision is, right? And it's funny how your name, though, just for people listening, comes up in almost every combo, bro. Like I say it's like a legacy MSO is kind of how I look at it with you guys, where some people have gone MSO that are from the legacy, but they don't take anyone with them. They literally do it themselves. And it's like, I just love that. I see when you guys go places, I'm seeing other brands popping up now. When you guys go here, and I know that's on the back of Dave actually knowing cultivation. Because it's one
there's
thing.
Trust there. And how I like do these, how I structure these deals. For the most part, they need me and I can bring something to the table. It isn't like, oh, okay, you have this cool name and you could package things. Yeah, we got amazing genetics, yes. But also, if shit hits the fan, you can call me and I can tell you what's wrong. I'm 20 years into cultivating. So like, I know every little fucked up thing that's going to happen and I can talk through that. So that's how I've like kind of leveraged licensing deals. It's like, look, I'm a cultivator. I have facilities. You want to build a facility? We'll build my facility. We'll build it exactly how I grow it. And then if you have any issues, we'll adjust as needed. Plus, we're doing all this R&D in the cultivation. So anything that comes up that gives us a leg up, boom, you got it instantly.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's also like, if you mirror image the facility, you're like, yeah, the one on the left.
Then it's easy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Table number 1's going to act like this. Put all your short plants on this side. Table number 7, put all your stretchies. You know what I mean? It's
Really
like, oh, you got a Sherbanger on the right. You got your Squatty Z on the left. Pull that at week 7. Pull that at week 9. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
So it's just like that.
Where are you right now as far as the brand? Because it started in California and now it's in multiple states. Like, give us the rundown.
Florida, of course. That's like our biggest market, to be honest. We're partnering with a flowery out there, an amazing group. Same thing. I helped design that facility with them, and it was based on my little indoor facility. They just wanted to go big, like 100,000 square feet. So we just took, like our 70 light rooms and kind of mimicked it out there. DPS panels, HPS lights, same rolling benches, same drip, all that stuff, right?
How did you originally get hooked up with them, if you don't mind me asking, Dave?
With who?
With the flowery. Because it seems like they're a pretty close set. They're not like a huge MSO who's been reaching out. Like, how did you get linked up with them?
Yeah, so one of the partners he's been buying bags from me for a long time.
Awesome.
And he had his own brand and he was buying mixed light, packing it in there, and he's been killing it, So he introduced me to the flowery. And immediately he just vouched for me because all the weed's been fire that he was buying wholesale. And he's like, this is the guy you need. He can design your facility and blah, blah, blah. And I got a hold of them and we just clicked perfectly. And they've been amazing partners ever since.
Man, it's a blessing because I feel like half the battle is someone leading you to the wrong person. Like, hey, I got this guy out of Colorado who did 6-tier cultivation and he's the guy you need to talk to. And then the investor thinks that probably is the guy because they trust that guy. And we've seen that go so wrong so many times where it's like, wow, huge big up to that dude, though, for knowing who to put together. Because now you see success in the industry and then other brands and other, let's say, license holders are like, oh, just like that. That's the model. Where if that failed because you weren't the right guy, they think the whole model's fucked up. Like people don't realize the ripple effect for the opportunity for everyone in the industry when you have success. Like you guys are, and I know I'm trying to big up you, but you're breaking the model. You're showing people like this is how it can be done.
Yeah, but it's both sides is the real problem. What I've learned is, there's great partners like the Flowery, and then there's other investors that don't care about the plant. The Flowery, they all smoke weed on their breaks. The owners are smoking and talking about the plant. They care. The QC, like the things that aren't passing, they're throwing away $1 million worth of weed if I say so. And an investor wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? They're real partners is what it is. So that's finding these people is the key. Is like finding people that click with you, that understand and don't turn into these weird greed monsters that most people do in partnerships, Because the contract doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like that piece of paper doesn't matter at all. It's like it always turns into its own little deal, if you know what I mean.
I do. First Smoke family, ProMix is storming the cocoa market, and they're one of the few companies integrating mycorrhizae and bacillus into their loose core products. You can expect the same level of consistency, quality in their full core line. What's cool is ProMix is one of the few companies in the market to integrate active ingredients directly into the products. In the US, their loose fill products contain mycorrhizae, while in Canada, they include both mycorrhizae and bacillus. This means you're getting products that will help maximize your plant's full potential, ensuring to always reach your highest level. And if you're looking to get your hands on some of the brand new drops of ProMix with the bacillus, with the mycorrhizae, go to pthorticulture.com or go to the ProMix Instagram and their socials to get connected so you don't miss the brand new drops. Consistency, ProMix. First Smoke family, we are linked up with the Plantsman Group, and so should you. Making sure your IPM predatory bugs and beneficial insects get to you just like they should, alive and hungry, ready to do work in your garden. Doesn't matter the size, the Plantsman Group has you covered. Plantsman Group is a grower-focused company working to bridge the knowledge gap in cannabis regarding the use of beneficial insects to control pests. They will make a custom IPM plan just for the First Smoke family for free. Provide top-tier customer service and offer free shipping on orders over 200. Go to theplantsmangroup.com/firstsmoke and get hooked up. Trust me, it's a game changer. Let's get back into it. And do you think you can tell pretty quickly now if they're the right type of person?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been bitten by the wrong type of person, so I probably don't give too many people a chance, is an issue, but that's okay too. We're fine now, and we're blowing up, and I think I can kind of understand like what I need, and I can explain that right up front. And if they agree to it, then we move forward.
How hard is it to constantly bring value? Because that's like something that I talked to my mentor about, that you always have to continue this value add, or there will be a time where your partnership does get at an uneven pace. And I never really looked at it like that. I thought, previously, like I bring this, you bring that, game time. And he's like, no. It's a reassessment constantly. If you're bringing more weight and he's like, it always has to be a perceived value that you're bringing more to the table.
Yeah. Well, it's simple for us because we're constantly evolving every day. The team is growing. All these guys dictate what happens in the industry at this point, genetics, breeding, genetics. We're not just growing fucking candies. You know what I mean? It's like
people look at me crazy.
Bring it to the table.
When I say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I've been breeding forever. No one looks at me as a breeder, but I've been breeding forever too. And it's like we have hundreds of strains, that we put together. And then if they say it's the best, then it's the best.
I mean, if you're interested to see some of Dave's stuff, go to the old video where we were walking through your old farm and we end up planting seeds. And if I remember right, some of those were your seeds of stuff that you were messing with.
Yep.
So it's like you can really dive back and see the journey from your first facility that we got access to like now where things have gone. And then Cody did a thing at the Flowery where he came through. So you can almost see a progression.
And we were pheno hunting in Florida with my seeds, and now to fruition, we're making drops every couple months. Like we're about to drop 7 strains in Florida right now. We had a little stagnant point because I had a little something happen in business, there was a stagnant point. So we had our original genetics, but now we're going to drop like 7 new strains. And then every 2 months, since we've been pheno hunting, it takes time. People don't understand. It takes a long time, especially when we're this picky and we know what's good. It's like really hard to find these unicorns. Flowery's pheno hunting hundreds of, if not thousands of seeds at this point. So eventually throughout the years, we're going to start rolling out boom, 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 new stuff.
What are you seeing as far as keepers? Is it the same with no matter what breeders you're hunting through? Like, is it like one through every 100 seeds ends up being a keeper, one through every 100?
It's so random.
Yeah.
It's so random. Yeah. And it's gotten so political with like, I try not to grow many people's seeds at this point because we're breeding ourselves, and the politics kick in when people are handing you seeds and you got to give them the breeder's cut back. I'm so licensed, like my name is like so legal at this point. I can't do no fuckery, right? So it's like you want these winter stuff back, but how do we do that? You got to come in my garden and pinch it yourself. And it's like there's just a lot of politics you got to deal with in that. So we're really just trying to do everything proprietary ourselves.
Go through the team members, man, that we got on the pod and like maybe their roles if you're down.
Yeah.
Because you got a big team and you guys move. I mean, the way you guys move, like I say, you're laying the foundation. Like as a brand for me, when I watch, I'm like, that's how it needs to be done. Okay, that's interesting how he's doing that. And then you just getting everyone on the same page. And then I see these guys in down here in LA at dispensaries getting in meetings when I'm exiting meetings. Like I know they're putting in work.
Hammering.
Dude.
Yeah, no one's working harder than us.
I know that. And that's why I look at it like, wow.
We're a mom and pop MSO, and these guys are global. No one's just working Cali. Nobody's doing that, Yeah. Yeah. So Alex is the lead here. He can break everything down.
Yeah. Break it down.
He is the fucking brains of this whole situation here, to be honest. And what he does behind the scenes is crazy. So I'd love for him to spit some game and introduce everybody.
Turn the heat lamp on.
None of this is possible without Dave. When he says we're the hardest working team, I don't see anyone working harder than Dave in the industry, in pretty much any industry. This guy doesn't even sleep, I'm pretty sure. I don't even know how he finds time for his wife and kids. Like this guy he's on a mission, and it makes all of our jobs a lot easier when this guy's leading the charge, because how do you not want to be a part of that, So yeah, let's go through these guys. So yeah, my name's Alex. I'm global director of sales and strategy. So we oversee all of our team, at least. We oversee all the sales for California, kind of a macro level for other states too, because each state, has their own sales team as well. Sales managers kind of got their own dedicated space. So we kind of help with a high level overview to make sure all the states are kind of falling in line with what our expectations are. Mike and Blaine here. It's basically, if you want to look at the sales team, it's us three, this triangle. These guys, hands down, again, the hardest working guys, weekends, nights, mornings. If they need to be in LA, if they need to be in Florida, if they need to be in New York, it's not ever a question with them. They're just pulling the trigger and it's done. Like to find that in this industry without somebody complaining all the time, whatever it is, like these guys are true killers and they have such a great attitude doing it. It makes everything fun, and that's like, if we can all be working this hard and have a great time and laugh. I mean, I can't tell you how much we're laughing all the time, right? But we're getting shit done. We're high-fiving, making sure we're hitting our goals, doing our things. But yeah, so these guys handle everything they're interacting with new business. They're resurrecting old business that we lost. We recently took over sales only about like 6-7 months ago. We were partnered with a distro that was doing our sales, packing, and then last mile delivery. Once we kind of finished with the delivery.
What was the lesson there? The lesson was that you just needed to be more hands-on to the end consumer, or what was the lesson?
We learned a lot of lessons from it. I mean, yes, one aspect of it is we need to be hands-on pretty much every step of the way. I mean, from selecting what's getting picked up from the distro to overseeing what's getting packaged, how it's getting packaged, the COAs, the packaging, I mean, everything. The feedback from the store, feedback from the buyers, we really didn't have that. There was a big disconnect for a long time. Like Dave said, he'd grow it, it'd get picked up, it'd get packed. We didn't see it after he grew it. That was it. That's a huge disconnect for us. And so really the only thing that made sense for us to do is to be able to take over sales, take over the in-store support as well, And when we're doing that, we can, really have better control and a better output overall. And, for as short of a time that we've been doing this on our own, with a new distro and us handling the sales, I mean, we're fucking killing it.
Yeah, I can tell. And
Crushing it.
it also seems like it's like brought your team even closer, maybe, right?
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I can tell just from the outside looking in, like, wow, man, they seem like such a great unit.
These guys are sleeping in the fucking office, to be honest. When they need to. It's like
Yeah, it's no
close.
joke. We're
It's family vibes.
Definitely family vibes.
Everybody's great at what they do. Like, I mean, if you look at these guys, not only do they do sales, they're very like relationship based. I mean, they're relational. Like, they can connect with anybody. People love these guys. I love these guys. Like, they make it easy to want to buy weed from them. And then you've got an amazing, incredible product on top of it. It's a no-brainer.
Well, I like that you all have talent. Sorry about that. You have talent in other areas, and then you guys have all come together for Team Preferred too.
Right.
Like, I know you for something different. I know you for something different. I know you for something different, right? I know you and Dave together as a unit, obviously. But it's like now coming together, you guys all make Preferred. It's like a transformer.
Yeah.
You know?
Alex was my partner on retail delivery before, we shut that down to go all in on Preferred. Mike was running it up in that same exact retail delivery service.
And
he was managing that
crazy.
whole situation. Blaine was running a dispensary of his own in Antioch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've seen it all. They step into a store, they talk to a buyer, they're gamed up. They know, they've been through it. They've had to buy, they've had to get rid of products that don't sell. They've had to kind of forecast the trends. So having that knowledge and then putting them right inside like that same cage that they came from, it's like second nature.
Well, let me ask this. If your team didn't smoke, if they weren't as passionate about smoking, could this work?
No, they got to be, you got to be passionate about this shit. I'm not saying you have to smoke to be successful in cannabis. Cause I'll tell you, there's the times where I stop smoking. I'll stop smoking for a month. I'm grinding twice as hard. And that's kind of like a conversation I have to have with myself, right? It's like, all right, don't eliminate it completely, enjoy it in special occasions, but we have like a really big goal and we have a mission that we're trying to accomplish. So, you got to have a clear head for that a lot of the times. Luckily, I can do that. These guys are QCing. That's a huge piece of it, right? So they have to be passionate about the plant for the QC to make sure like the end consumer is getting the best product. And it's a good representation of the brand. So you almost have to have that, right? You can't have a brand where nobody smokes the weed because you're going to fall short. You can, but you're going to fall short in a lot of aspects. And
Yeah, someone on the team has to be trusted enough that you trust their opinion. And then secondary, they're willing to QC like crazy.
Yeah,
Because
for
the amount of
sure.
strains you guys have to QC. People they laugh about it, but it's like, it is like when you have to do back-to-back shitty batches, that's when you start to realize like, oh, this is a job. I've rolled 4 joints and none of them are smoking.
For sure.
Right? Like I've had that before, not just of my own product, but just of
All
like,
the time.
We've been there.
oh, man, okay.
Yeah.
You know how much production we have? It's crazy. It's all the time. It is what it is. And
Or
all the
phenos.
breeding and the pheno hunts and
Yeah.
all the tester batches, it's crazy. It's like, fuck. Oh, this one's throaty is what he said. This one's throaty.
I was gonna say too,
that
the
means
worst
it's
thing,
in black.
worst
Yeah.
thing you can have too in like QC is just a bunch of yes men though.
Oh, for sure. Definitely. Yeah.
Being able to like look at him and be like,
Sure about
Not
that?
there.
you sure about that? Just,
So let's talk about the voting system then, because I like this. So a jar's getting passed around, and let's say some people like it, some don't. What are we doing here?
Smoke it again. Yeah, you got to
Yeah, but
wait
it's-
too. Like even timing, like you said, it's like
all about
batch to
rightness.
batch. Every single like different portion of like oh, let's smoke it when it's fresh. Let's smoke it middle. Let's smoke it like in the bag for 30 days. Like you got to think about that too, because some people might just throw their bud. Like end consumers might just let it sit in their car. Might do this, but like you got to respect that QC too. So you never know how it's going to
what
be.
we like though. At the
Yeah.
end of the day, like we're selling a product that comes from us. They trust us for a reason. We don't let other people have an option at first. Like it doesn't get out. That's why it's in the circle until we allow other people to help QC or whatever. We're like, oh, are we sure about this? Is this the right terp? We got to have like a good lineup for retail too. Like rec is a whole nother ball game. Yeah, people want all this candies and blah blah blah, but we need gas. We need We need sweet stuff. We need sativas. We need everything, right?
The full range of colors. If it's a palette.
And why do we like it? That's what we dig into. Like, why did it's really on these guys at this point, because I trust them more than anybody in the game, because they're really not yes men at all, and they're the opposite of that. Like shit that I'm like, damn, this shit's fire. They're like, no, that shit was whack, bro. What are you talking about? I'm like, really?
Brody.
So it's on them, you know?
Yeah, these guys, basically how it goes down, the order operations, Dave will bring over bags, like, sample bags, like what we have here.
Names on
They'll
them.
have, numbers, names,
you
whatever.
give them names. Okay.
Sometimes they're just numbers.
A lot of
Sometimes
times
they're
it's
names.
numbers.
You don't want these guys to
lost
know
in
what
the
they're
sauce.
just like, scroll it up, let us know. Dog.
And these guys,
Usually give them the cross.
yeah, they'll have an idea, but they grind it up. They do these guys are, for the record, they're professional joint rollers. These guys have been fucking rolling. They roll better than 99% of the people on the planet, probably. Like, I'm that confident.
That's how I knew about them at first.
Yeah.
Both of them.
And so they're rolling, not only are they just, they're picking out stems, they're really getting to the true, essence of the plant. They're rolling it up, they're smoking it, they're passing it between each other. And instantly, while I'm watching them, I could tell if they're liking it or not, and we're all waiting for like, yo, this is it. Yeah. Like if everybody's quiet, I can already tell
funny,
this
bro.
isn't
It's
it.
funny.
But once you find that one, everyone's like, yo, hit this. Hit this. Sometimes I'll hit it. It's throaty. That's the truth.
Oh my God.
I'm picky.
What is this guy thinking?
There might be something wrong with me, but I mean,
He's got a sensitive palate. For
yeah,
sure.
like I'm like, all right, you guys like it, give it to me. Nah, it's throaty or whatever.
It needs to be a shirt. Your picture just says it's kind of throaty.
People might get the wrong idea if I start wearing that, But I like it. But yeah, no, these guys really, I mean, they can tell right off the bat. Like, is this going to be it? Is this going to be the one? Yeah, maybe it's fresh. Experience. Just like Dave's got 20 plus years of experience growing. These guys, years of experience rolling, smoking, selling, growing themselves. Like, they've done it all.
And you got to smoke other stuff in the market too, to just kind of see where your stuff is at. You know what I mean? Like,
Keeps like a
even though
temperature
we
gauge
feel
on where you're at.
unfortunately-
Yeah, you might wake up in the morning and be like, I got the hottest shit, and then you go to just your neighborhood dispensary and you buy a random eighth and get back to the drawing board. You know what I mean? So
because this shit is blown.
so it just is what it is.
First Smoke family, are you a commercial cultivator or retailer and you want to get heavily discounted hydroponic equipment? Grow Generation Pro Portal just launched. The Pro Portal gives you exclusive, heavily discounted access to top-tier hydroponic products direct. It's a one-stop shop for all your hydroponic needs, spanning every category you rely on. Plus, they ensure fast, reliable delivery anywhere in the United States. Need a customized quote? Want to track your spending? The Pro Portal lets you do both, and so much more, including providing easy access to your partners with its cutting-edge features. It's designed to meet the needs of today's fast-paced industry. Ready to take the business to the next level? Go to growgeneration.com and sign up with the Pro Portal today and get hooked up. Cultivators, under canopy lighting is changing the game. And with that, Faven Under Canopy Lighting. They're one of our premier sponsors, and it's a brand we truly believe in. If you want to check out favenlighting.com, you can get all the answers to what under canopy is and is how it's changing the game. And guess what? You're family, so we hook you up. The code is FSOTD, and you get hooked up with Faven Lighting. They put together a full layout of how you would set your facility or grow room up using their under canopy lighting. Whether you're using CMH, double-ended, fluorescents, LEDs, it doesn't matter. Faven Lighting has you covered. Go to favenlighting.com, use the code FSOTD, get hooked up, and change your grow game. Come on, cultivators. I'm usually, well, what strain is this? And I start to hunt that thing down. Yeah. Let me ask this then, from two guys that do this much QC, that are known for their rolling techniques, does white ash matter? This is what I get asked all the time, so I want to know.
I feel like it's just it's like a byproduct of something that's good. Essentially, I don't necessarily think that like one's bad, one's good, because it really, at the end of the day, it is subjective, like to the person whoever's smoking it. But I do notice, like, my favorite time smoking weed, I'll look down and the ash is bone white. So like, if I can just correlate that to just a pattern, I want to look down and see that every single time I'm smoking, just because I know kind of the entourage in which is like it's coming.
Yeah, so it matters. Now, being in all these other states, honestly doesn't matter as much in other states as it does in California, but it matters. Highest of quality has to burn, clean.
And how hard is that running a major facility to get that
Super hard. I mean, that's kind of the start of the QC. It's super hard, honestly.
Yeah. And
it's not always going to happen. It's mainly genetics for the most part, to be honest. That's why Z is so fucking amazing. It normally always burns like really nice and clean.
That velvet texture.
Velvet.
It really does. And it fluffs up. It's got this like the way it even breaks down. I'll like break down blue Zushi and some certain things now. And I'm trying to describe how it feels like if you took dry hay and like just the crackle of there's just certain things that now when I'm breaking things down, I'm like, okay, this kind of does remind me of this other one. And you start to see these rarity outliers of strains that you're like, wow, this is a very unique one. Out of thousands of strains that get put in front of you, there's one a year like this or two a year.
We're breeding for things that burn white at this point. We're choosing things for me to like reverse or pollinate that naturally burn white. So it's important to us.
People
for
be
sure.
all worked up in the comments, but no,
it's super important to us though. It's embarrassing if we were just like smoking shit all the time and people are posting like black ash fucking joints, But we release a lot of weed and sometimes it'll go in a distro van for X amount of time and maybe the moisture comes out of the stem and it burns darker. Maybe we QC'd it and it burns super white, but we dropped a 30-pound batch and one of those pounds was burning black. You know what I mean? I don't know. Shit happens. It's hard.
You get plants that sometimes want to lock out or act weird or don't want to. Exactly. Like, who even knows? Like, welcome to. It'd be like saying out of this 10,000 tomato facility, one of those tomatoes tastes a little soury, and you're like, yeah, it sounds about right. My bad.
We got 50,000 plants, and like with testing too, it's like, did they grab the top? Did they grab the bottom? Did they grab the neck bone of the plant? Is it the neck bone that we're smoking right now? Because that's my favorite piece. But the top, what everyone chooses, they want that top fresh. That's not my favorite piece. I want the most flavor and the best smoking piece is the neck bone of the plant. So like sometimes we'll pull them off of the dry room and I already know they're going to be good, And
then that's even also dry comes into play because I've heard of people over drying the weed so that the sample tests higher.
Yeah. And they over dry it to get it to burn better. Obviously it's going to combust better when it's bone dry, just like wood or anything else that you light on fire. It's going to combust easier and better, There's always cheaters. There's cheaters, yeah. People add things to make their weed burn white. That's not what we're looking for. We want naturally burn white and get the full flavor from it, not just like pump it full of shit to make it burn white,
Yeah, because that's the DMs I get is like, well, I can hit it with a torch. And I'm like,
well, that's not doing anybody justice.
Yeah. What are you looking for in a keeper? So Dave has some new phenos. They're hitting your palate. You guys start to roll them up. Like, what are some commonalities you're finding in keepers?
First run through them. All the batches are all like laid out in front of us. We're sticking our nose in them. Nose, we run off that rule. Because you're selecting through like, I don't know, go to Dave's Grow. You've seen it, bins on top of bins. It's like
100 bags.
100 bags. We got to get
different flavors, every single one, different flavor.
Smell them.
We gotta, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So really, we go through.
I think we pheno hunt more than anybody. I don't know. No matter what, there's big real estate being used up for pheno hunts. So just QCing through the new flavors and phenos is like a lot of the task.
Yeah, we go through and like nose pop like 100 bags, and then Dave pulls up and like we set aside like probably like 10 that are like super unique, and we're like, yo, like we want to roll these up ASAP. He goes through and smells them, like just basically checks our work, and probably picks about 4 of those 10 that he wants to try too. So we're like, okay, this is a commonality, like that we all want to roll it up. We roll them up. They might all go, they might all not go, and then you go second tier of like the ones that you want to smoke, third tier and stuff like that to go find like deeper in, just based off of the nose though initially.
How important is it to have like a great roll on a pheno hunt? Because like I think think about the people who are pheno hunting and they're rolling shitty joints trying to.
It's fucking the worst. Yeah, hell yeah.
Like I'm like, damn, dude.
It doesn't work. It's not the same. It needs to be consistent too. Like how big are the joints? Are we rolling 3.5s? Are we rolling 1 gram joints? Are we rolling this size tip? Is it the other size tip? There's such a big difference in the smoke. What's the grind? What grinder did you use? Did you double grind it? There's so many fucking things.
Take the stems out.
These guys do it exactly the same every single time. So we know what we're getting and we know, what we're choosing from instead of like, oh, you sure you rolled it right? Because we were doing QC the other day and I rolled one and I got a phone call and had to jam out really quick and I didn't pack it. And they had this strain that we were smoking that was fire and they smoked it and it wasn't the same. They're like, oh, it was like insanely fire before. The joint that I rolled on the fly jammed out. I didn't pack it. I didn't, smooth it out or anything. I just took off. They were like, I don't know about that strain now.
But then revisited and we like rolled it up and we're like, this thing's
then
blowing.
they rolled it up and they're like, all right.
I'm a knock though. Like I'll literally like once I know something's ripe, like you're saying, I'll smoke it every single day to know when it like we're gonna cap out. Be like, okay, we have this fragile period to like get this and to get it out because by then and if it also too if you don't do that, you don't know how long longevity goes. So genetically, did you even pick right? So it's layers really too. Just like, oh, it's fire one batch, like send it off. Like, I don't know,
Yeah, we
It's a
believe
gamble.
in kind of packing it a little fresh because of the shit that it's going to go through, because if you get it at its full stride and peak, it's going to take almost a month to get to the shelf. If we're talking about California and all the processes that it has to go through. So we do try to get it a little, we know it's going to be good. We know like it needs the 2 weeks in the bag. Cool. It's going to be in the bag. Perfect. Send it out.
When you talk about pheno hunting and we're talking about all this and the amount of waste or the amount of phenos that end up not being sellable, that all go into the R&D of this long-term goal. How do you balance that with investors, or how do you not have investors to not have to balance that? Right? Is that the answer?
That's the answer. Yeah. Is to try your hardest to own as much as you can possible. If you got people that can come in and dictate things, it's a problem. A lot of my friends are stuck in that situation where they have investors that want to, when you do a grow and you try to like dial it into a specific, whatever it takes, like we talk about that 12 months. Yeah, I have partners on like one of my larger grows, but we have a deal together that I dictate everything, and when you're spending that time and you have all these people and you have this SOP that you're following, you're getting it to where you want to get it to, and someone can come in and just make a fucking change, I'm straight. I'm out. I'm not doing it. It's
From
not
square
worth
one.
anything for
Yeah.
me in that. For anyone to come in and fuck with what I've done, it's so hard to get it there. And a lot of people are stuck in that situation where they have partners that just like, all right, you have a vision, you have the SOP, you're doing everything right, you're headed in the right direction. And someone wants to come in and have this bright idea that's never grown weed before, that doesn't know shit about the plant, doesn't even smoke weed, and they say they want to do this, and it just fucks everything up. And I'm not down with that. I'll leave. I'll give everything up if that's what has to happen.
I don't want it. Take it back.
So true, man. And I think that comes with age and experience, knowing that partnership it's not like I'll convince them or I'll be able to show them the light. It's just like, no, that won't be right. That ain't gonna
No,
work.
it ain't happening.
Not aligned.
No.
What's it like being the mom of the team?
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
guessing that's kind of the role.
I am definitely the mom of the team. It's amazing. I think it's a lot of work.
She does so much fucking work.
I got to keep us moving in this direction. Because I think everyone here is so passionate too, right? And it's like when we are all together, like there's just lots going on. So I just try to keep it all as organized as I can.
But there's no downtime. Like
Well, no.
the end of the night, you're QCing and hanging out. Like,
Yeah.
how do you balance that?
It's tricky to say the least, because we have 2 kids too. So when I'm not doing this, that's my focus is our kids.
Yeah, she's full-time mom, all the licensing. So that's basically like any HR shit on the back end. That is fucking insane. In California, it is ridiculous, right? All the licensing, all the bills. You think bills are fucking... I can't.
It's the thing I don't like the most. And it's like the thing
She
that
has like 14
takes the most
full-time
out
jobs.
of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor girl.
It's a lot. It's almost like fielding people's problems. Like that. I feel like that job where you're like, okay, come on, bring it on.
Yeah. I do a lot of like brain dumping to help me organize it all because, yeah.
She's a meditator.
I'm a big
she's
meditator.
a hippie, which is cool. And she finds ways, I think, to,
Create peace.
Zen zone.
create peace.
Yeah.
Because it's chaos. I'm chaos, period. Like I'm literally just a psychopath.
That's what I was going to ask
love it,
next.
yeah.
How do you balance Dave out? Because I'm sure there's times where like business is stressful.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
expansion to other states and such a crazy ass industry that we're in. That's so much gray market, even though it's not supposed to be. And like, how do you balance Dave out on the stressful days?
Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu's ass. Have you seen? No, I think I try to take as much of the load off as I can is one. But I also think just having an understanding that we are a fast moving train and like there's going to be days where he doesn't have capacity to even like really deal with me. And I'm okay. Like, I think I'm just aware of that. Like when he's busy, I don't take it personal. Like I'm not like, oh, don't, go do this. Like I'm very aware of the season we're in right now, and we're in a building season. And so like our time together,
Building season.
Building.
we're always building,
Working out
but like
together.
our time together right now is mainly work, and that's okay. Like
Yeah, but we have a ton of fun.
we do have a
You
ton
know,
of fun.
I can
We
tell.
have something special in our relationship, in our business, and everything. We have something super special, and she balances it out 100%. And she does take on a ton of stuff, and I think that's why it works really well.
Yeah, because it's a lot of testosterone,
Oh yeah.
And too, like anyone that's in a serious relationship or even in a non-serious, they're in like a boyfriend, girlfriend, you don't have to be married. If you're a hustler, you're working, you're trying to build something, those people know how important it is to have a partner that's supporting you. You know how many, every night for this guy is a late night. It's not like, hey, I'm coming home at 6 for dinner, I'll see you. Every night's a late night. She could just as easily be like, blah, 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 you're not coming home. Like,
Yeah.
they understand.
No, but,
She
yeah.
understands. And to find that and to have that support, probably keeps Dave going. If you had somebody that's just pulling you down, full of negativity, stressing you out while you're trying to build something
or
incredible.
guilting him because the
Guilting.
kids
Yeah,
and balancing
and I
that
would
with
never,
the
yeah.
business.
And you
and
never,
growth.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of partners out there that would. And that's hard because we all have this vision. We all know what it takes to get there. It's hard for some people to understand, like, oh, I have to put in a lot of work like this. And it's okay if some people don't understand it. It takes time to understand that and probably get to where she's at now. But she does it. And that, I think, is a huge key to the team's success and allowing us to move forward. Because if you don't have that, you might as well say sayonara, honestly. It's tough. Relationships are the biggest thing. Like whether it's your wife, your girlfriend,
Even business,
boyfriend,
just
whatever.
even getting into business with people that you're friends with. It's
Yeah,
like, holy
it
shit,
is.
sometimes what I get involved with.
Right.
And
at the level we're doing it, we were talking earlier, we're the smallest team with probably the biggest footprint, in the sense of we're in 6 states, I think now.
Another country.
Global and other
grassroots
countries.
MSO.
Like-
Yeah, grassroots MSO.
And we're not stopping, this is just like, we're infants right now. We're
Yeah.
We're here at Grow Generation, and we treat you like family because you're First Smoke family. So we got the brand new drip powder line. And it doesn't matter if you're in store or online, you're family. So drip intros the code, growgeneration.com, or stores nationwide. Keep your terps up, keep your lines clean. The powder line is killing it. We got to get back into the grow, but we'll see you there. First Smoke family, no matter the guest, we're rocking raw and Elements papers. Whether it's the Elements king size wide, the raw fatties without the crease, so you still get the king size wide, but with unbleached and uncreased. Something we've been loving on the show is the raw king size blacks. And when we're lighting up, the Phoenix. This is awesome. Flintless residue, windscreen with a poker. No matter what products you like from Raw, you can check out genuineraw.com, and that gets you to all their affiliate links to purchase these products direct from them to make sure they're raw authentic. Genuineraw.com, First Smoke of the Day sent you.
Dave, if there's one place in the world that you're like, man, it'd be sick to stamp preferred out right here, or have somewhere where you would go to and be able to have preferred there, is there anything that you have one goal in mind?
Florida is like the best place ever, and that's like our biggest market. Honestly, I love going there, but Europe's going to be cool for sure. I don't know. I haven't been too many places, to be honest. Hawaii would be awesome. I'm sure it's not that big of a moneymaker, but that's not what really matters to us. We can make money
excites you?
anywhere. We could just stay in California and probably make way more money.
What excites you? Is it the cultivation side in like Europe, or is it just the new market? Or
It's just a new market, the people, you know, there's like a lot of like passion. We soak that in, which is cool, you know, and I've noticed a lot of like across the pond, people are fucking passionate about weed. And that was like the great part about Florida too. People are fucking passionate about weed. You know, and that's what we want to see. We'd hate to go to like a state where people are like, weed, yeah, THC percentage, cool, whatever. That's nothing to us. We want people that are like us, you know?
It's cool, like going to places like especially new markets and like being someone's first time. Like they walk to a dispensary on an opening day and they never tried your product. It's like, and they're like, oh, I don't really smoke weed like that, but I'm gonna try it. It's like, what the hell? Like this is, you know, that's crazy, you know, like because it's not like, oh, like you go to the store and try a random deodorant and go try new toilet paper. Like you're smoking something, you know, and like to see our brand and want to, you know, do that with us. It's sick, you know.
Yeah, the big walls in these other states, like. We didn't even talk about Phil Emerson over here.
Oh, man.
Guys
He doesn't want to be talked
Give him
about.
a shout out, man. Give the team a shout out.
Shout out Phil Emerson. He's over here hiding in the dark. But, you know, he's a fucking artist doing some amazing work for Preferred. Yeah, he's just, that's the guy.
I always tell this story about Phil just because I just always have to. But before we had Phil on our team, I used to jock him. I was stalking this dude's Instagram page. I was like, damn, man, one day, like, it'd be so cool. I was like, I don't know how I could work with this dude. I don't know what. But I was always like his creativity and his posts, like, not even his Instagram posts, it was his art that he was just showcasing on Instagram. And like his art is like how he represents the brands and stuff. So I was, man, there's some pieces from him that he did. I was just blown away. I was like, yo, whoever's brain is coming up with that, I'd love to work with that guy. And you know, I mean, I've probably seen a million artist profiles. I've worked with them. I've done graphic design in the past, but then there's someone that's special, and that's Phil. And, you know, he's been doing his thing ever since.
And so Phil also does graphic design and photography. Explain a little bit about what his role is.
Does everything.
So he does everything. I mean, I think his specialty, what he loves to do is photos. He could really bring like a still photo. He can bring emotion out of a still photo, which is great. Does incredible videos. Like pretty much, I think he really focuses on photos, but then we're like, yo, we need you to do video. Yo, we need you to make a menu. Yo, we need you to do graphic design. Yo, can you design an email blast?
Hey,
Can
what
you make
about
a
a banner?
hoodie?
Can you make a banner? Can you make a logo? Make a graphic.
We believe in
In
you,
true
Phil.
Preferred fashion, he's just like, throw it on my plate. Like, let's get it. Like, I'm ready. Don't let up. Keep the work coming. And what a perfect fit. You know, and to be able to do it at the level he does is just like, it's what we're looking for.
How do you know when someone's a good fit for the team? Because you have an epic team, bro.
Honestly, they just kind of fit their way in. It's not like a choice thing. It's really hard to say. Everyone kind of wants to be on our team at this point. They think they want to be on our team at this point. But as soon as we get that like family vibe and people are really all in, that's what it takes to be like this core group. I don't know if it'll expand from here, honestly. This core group is special, and it's like really hard to think about anybody else being in it right now. But yeah,
We're very aligned, like all of us. Like we're all very different, but we work very well together.
You can tell because I
It's
follow
fire.
you each
It's
individually
fire.
is also. So it's cool to see like this unit moving together, but then everyone also has their individual kind of passions within the group. Like I see these dudes on the move, and then I see you on the move, and then I know what he's up to, and I know what you're helping him. You know, it's like, it's just dope. And then I've seen a lot of the hip hop photography that Phil's done, which is just next level shit. And I always wondered what his role was because I was like, yo, what an epic, you know, collab. And then it was like, does he work with them? And I was like, yo, what's going on here? This is sick.
global marketing director. Nothing passes him with that. It's all say so now, and this is new. This is a new thing for him.
Is that how these got designed?
It's Phil Emerson, 100%.
I can honestly say the first thing I saw when he was holding that, I was like, wow, that has a very commanding presence on screen. And like some people will get it, some people won't who are listening, but the branding on it in that photo, and obviously his style of photography, but you know, there's no, I mean, you pull this out, this is just, it hits the mark. You couldn't have done any better. Like the thing is just dialed, bro.
No one's fucking with him in the world in cannabis, and I'd say it passed, honestly. No one's fucking with that guy.
And you sometimes are working with like a limited scope. Well, because in Florida, you can't use cartoon characters. You can't do
It's got to be extremely simple. Alex did most of that stuff in the beginning. This guy's a beast with graphic design and all that other stuff too. Honestly, he's like a jack of all trades. So he kind of did most of the Florida stuff in the beginning, but now that Phil has a hold of it, you got to see this Monopoly fucking wall. It's insane. Like he does all this crazy shit. You'll see. Just get online.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it, man. I really am. And I think a lot of the industry is like your group and just how it's building and coming together. And everyone seems to be rooting for you, you know, that I talk to.
We're all having hella fun too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're out here. We're just going to fucking run it up.
Yeah, why are we out here? What's up, man? We got the Olympics, right?
Yeah,
I met these dudes in a parking lot in a water tank having fun. All right, let's just say that.
Yeah.
First time I met them, I was like, yo, because I was
Give me the rundown.
I was buying their product for the shop that I was running in the Bay. And I was like, yo, like this wheat, you know, it's too fire, you know, for the price. Like it was blown. I was paying higher for other brands. I'm like, bro, like
I'm getting fucking taxed over here.
I just want the whole store preferred. So I was like, all right, cool. So I hit him up on IG and bro just replied to my DM. Like I thought 50,000 followers, like bro's not gonna reply to me. And I was like, he was like, oh, we're gonna be at this event, like, you know, just supporting a store, like pull up, parking lot shit. And I was like, cool, bro. Pulled up with my girl. We pulled up there, they're dunk tanking it, Alex dunk tanking it, like it's hella hot, bro. We're talking like Dixon, bro. It's like 110 degrees pavement, like hot as shit.
We're selling weed.
Yeah, I pull up after
We're
work,
dunking
selling weed,
homies and selling weed.
Yeah, like
big dog.
if you come out with an eighth, grab a ball, like you hit, you know,
That's
dunk in.
awesome.
And then and then just met this dude. We taught me how to roll up. I was rolling pinners, bro. Like straight up. Like
that's right.
Didn't know nothing. This dude taught me this dude's taught states, bro, how to roll joints and shit, bro. Like
So many professional rollers and other things
but
too.
and then put him like, bro, I soaked up so much game literally in 3 hours with these dudes, and I was like, fuck, I gotta hit him up. Like, yo, bro, you trying to kick it? Yo, bro, I got this. I was just buying weed and to come show them to him to just kick it with them. You know what I mean? To be like, yo, I got this. Let's match, and then just.
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
perfect.
these
Because
dudes
Blaine's a
just
QC
adopted me.
master. Like that guy fucking knows weed.
And he
bleeds it, you know?
freaking
And
sell
so
the
he
shit
starts
out
to
of
fit
it.
into the family vibe and he starts to become part of the preferred team.
Yeah.
And then
He
you
fought
guys.
his way in, but now he ain't going
Can't
nowhere.
get rid of now this dude won't leave.
He knows weed and he knows
God.
retail like
Yeah.
better than most people I know.
100%.
Like if you want to talk about margins, doing promos,
He's a beast.
he's got it all in his head. He's great with numbers. Like he's just got a great mind for that. And a lot of people that maybe you're doing buying for dispensaries, like a lot of people are great, but you know, you want to be in a league of your own. You got to put that work in. You know, whether it's on the side, this guy gets up early in the morning, he's trading stocks. Like before he's even coming to work, he's trading stocks. He's doing things. He's teaching people how to trade stocks. He's making money. Like everybody's in motion.
Well,
you
let me
know, we're
ask
all doing
that.
our things.
What's the key to working with buyers?
To not overstep, you know, like the big thing is like if you pull up and they're gonna know if they need that space, like, you know, like at your wholesale or whatever it is, like, you know, if like, oh, I'm really lacking in this department. If they're not, they're already off rip, you know, it's like, hey, like leave your card, like hit me up, follow through, you know, you want to be persistent. But I mean, luckily for us, like no one's killing the game at our market at this price point. But I'd say it was like a lot of people, you know, trying to step over each other and just let me take it on when I want to take it on, you know, and like kind of like building that organic relationship versus coming in like I'm not trying to buy a car, bro. Like I just want to half pee, you know.
What about, you're pretty persistent or no?
I'd say I am.
He's
but,
persistent
like,
for sure.
I'll catch you lacking at a burrito shop eating a burrito.
That's what he does. That was
like, hey,
Caleb.
bro, by the
That
way,
was
Follow
Caleb
you
Counts.
home and hit you with the eighth.
Hey, that was Caleb Counts from Connected. He literally jammed him up at the fucking at the burrito spot. Like, hey, bro, how come you're not carrying preferred right now?
And he's like, what? And I was like, no.
He's like, we're not.
Yeah. Like, I was like, no, I don't mean to mess up your lunch.
Damn,
and
that's
shit.
ballsy too, because he's got a little bit of an aura around him too.
Yeah.
He's not
He's a
like
beast.
I don't mind it,
super
though.
approachable dude, right?
Yeah.
Like he's someone that most people would be like, I'm gonna stand off a little bit. Like,
But
he holds
respect,
himself.
like
Yeah.
people
Closed mouths don't get fed though, so I mean, it is what it is. I'll really talk to anyone. It doesn't matter. I'll talk to someone on Skid Row. I'll talk to the president. It doesn't really matter.
I like that. No, that's what you got in both these dudes.
Yeah.
Bro's also like an encyclopedia for genetics, bro. Like on anything, you could give him something blindfolded. He'll either call it like it is, like the whole Z Olympics box. He's probably nailed half of that. I'm waiting for them to reveal that so I can see what's good. But this guy can pick out a lot of crazy stuff, and he's just like knowledgeable. Like when you can have that knowledge and be able to just talk to a buyer, they're more like, you know, about it. It's like,
So then let me ask you guys, do you have to be a grower to be a connoisseur?
No. You just gotta like love, like
Love it.
I'm a connoisseur of like really good tiramisu when I go out to eat, like, or something
Doesn't mean you have to make tiramisu.
Yeah, I don't know how that shit's made, but it's like, but I'm ordering if I see it on the menu, and I'm like,
Tiramisu, though.
8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Nah, me and my
I
girl get
totally
tiramisu.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like every time if I see it on the menu, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna give it, my own personal rating. I'm not posting a blog about it. I'm not saying that my opinion is the law on tiramisu, but like, hey, I went to that spot and you recommend it to someone, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Like, so same thing with a product. Like, hey, that red bag, 10/10, bro.
And don't get me wrong, I don't think a lot of sommeliers are like grape growers. They're not winemakers, Like it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of dedication to like learn about the grapes, learn about pairings, learn about the regions that it's coming from, learn about the soil that it's grown in. It takes time. Just like if you want to become a subject matter expert on anything, you got to put in the hours, So these guys.
And the good thing about a team is like everyone doesn't need to do everything, to where like I'm like, hey Dave, this is like, oh, I can't be done because it goes weak this and this, or this strain like molds or seeds. I don't want to do that. I'm like, cool, I didn't know that. Like I didn't have to go through and try to grow my own and figure out like, oh, this sucks, or like game, like every game everywhere. So it's just like, it's really easy to not make mistakes and like stay focused on like just making progress.
We're like our own little AI.
Yeah.
We all learn from each other. We all get smarter every day. We're all bringing new information to the group. And then we're just getting smarter and working harder and more efficient every day.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, and I know what you're getting at. Like, there's a curator, and they're basically curators. They don't grow, and they understand the grow now because they spent enough time in the grow, and they talk to me enough about it, and they ask a shit ton of questions about growing. I feel like they want to work in the grow. They think they want to work in the grow. You know what I mean?
I like how Dave that comes with that comes with a lot of journey in the path. Like I've even told people that they're like, I want to come work at. I was like, no. You want to work at a facility? It's way easier. You don't even want to work with a small brand. Trust me, because the pressure is on.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get in a big place where they don't care if you're clocking in or out.
But curators are super important, to be honest. They're like what makes grows like mine work. It's an important piece. You don't have to be a grower, to be a perfect connoisseur or a chooser. It's a little bit more the opposite. I can't smoke much other people's weed. I'm trying to QC through all my weed. I get upset about them sometimes, but I'm also like, hey, you guys need to smoke other people's weed so we know what's out there, But we just get backlogged is the real problem, especially like most growers do. It's like you're just going to keep smoking your own weed. You know exactly what happened to that plant, and that's important to me at least. If I'm out there tasting everyone else's weed, I mean, there's fucked up weed out there,
That's the majority. I always say even in competitions, and this is my opinion, and I would ask you guys, but like I'd say 90 to 95% of the weed, and this goes even to like on the show, and people be like, ooh, but it's like, yeah, dude, this percentage for me parallels everything from competitions. 9 out of 10 of the batches I smoke in competitions, I'm gonna be like, meh. And then there's that one or two out of the 10 and I give 2 as kind of I'm giving some leeway, but it's usually like, and that's the same thing that parallels like anything on the shelf at most rec spots, 9 out of 10. It's like, oh, one of them I'll be like, oh yeah, that was pretty decent. But I don't know why people would think it's any different. It's the same thing with people who sit on the pod here. A lot of people think they have fire, but what is fire?
For sure.
First, you got to actually know what fire is, and then you're trying to find that constantly. Let's talk genetics, Dave. How important is genetics?
Genetics is extremely important. I think we touched on that a little bit already, but genetics is everything. It's why we're so successful too in the grow, because I've been seed hunting and having like things that other people didn't have before, and that's important. You can't just grow stuff that you buy from a nursery. You won't be successful in this industry. You'll be selling bags for dirt ass cheap, and you'll have the same thing that other people have. Genetics are important. Super important.
I mean, it's one thing to say it's important, and then like, how do you know what to chase? Because everyone's breeding different shit. Every trop, we got this, we got purple Urkel,
We're telling them. We're telling them a lot of the time.
Hey, you need this.
I mean, that's what the point of a brand is, right? It's like trusting what we do and what we're putting out, what our products are. So we are telling them for sure. That's just, it is what it is. We know it's good. We've had so much fucking experience. I mean, it's around all the way around the table with experience with genetics and flavors and what good weed is. We know when it's good. We know when it's bad. And yeah, we grow bad weed too, but we don't put it out.
So if Dave grows some green crack and it's a green crack cross, can you wrap your head around if it's fire or not, even though it's got green crack or blue dream?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have, to me, he doesn't even have to name it. We could just start going one through like a ticket in and out number and going to 10,000 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
The name really wouldn't have to do anything. I don't even really like to know the cross. I'm like, what's the
Yeah, it's
profile
better
on
to
it?
go
What is
blind.
it? And
Better
how
to go
hyped
blind even on QC.
Or I'll be like,
Take
how hyped
all
are you
of
on
your
it?
into any feelings you have towards anything completely out of
for
it.
sure.
Yeah,
Because I
your mind
don't
will
like
play
Jack.
tricks on you.
I don't like Jack. And if he was like, hey, I'm growing a bunch of Jack here, smoke this Jack. You got to roll 10 joints of Jack. I'm going to be like already like, damn, bro, 6 o'clock's coming. Like, I just want to go home, you know? And then, but it's like, oh, 10 new strains. Cool. I'm like, roll. I'm like, damn, this is Jack. Is this Jack? No way he grew Jack. And then just like going through and then just boom. And then smoking like, and then I did it. And like, wow, this one's fire. But I never would have done that if he was like, oh, do something that you don't like to do.
Yeah, because then you find a pineapple pheno and you're like, this is Jack? And
Yeah,
it's
like-
straight pineapple or something. You're like, okay, we
Yeah,
got
exactly.
something here.
And we're listening to the feedback from the consumers too and the stores. I mean, you have to when you have a brand and the goal is to grow and sell more weed, right? And we hear from the buyers all the time. We need more sativa. We need Blue Dream. We grew a Blue Dream. Fucking blew it out of the water with Dave's Blue Dream.
Smoking.
Couldn't have enough blue dream. No,
It's the red dream now. It's not even blue, bro.
Mike and I got a tester. We went and QC'd it from the farm.
I was pissed. I was like,
We were smoking it.
why is it so good?
We're giggling like some girls. We're like, man, this is great. We got to get more of this. And we said, all right, we got to bag this. Like, this is good. Sold out. Boom. Crushed it. I think that went fastest in all the stores too. Blue Dream. We have to grow. We really need it. We have to grow it.
Genetics goes back to genetics. And
Yeah, so we're crossing the things now. You know, I
Getting
got the
creative.
old school original grapefruit, crazy ass nose, but it blows out and looks funny. It's like, it looks like outdoor when you grow it indoor. You know what I mean? But cross that with all the new school. The Lazer
Damn,
Gun,
the
the Georgia Pie
grapefruit.
Z, a lot of different crosses with the grapefruit. Trying to cross it with the original Z too. It's like, so we're just trying to make our own sativas, whatever the hell that is.
you think there's timing out flavor profiles? Because like, do you ever come across, like if you were to chase a bunch of just pure gas right now, try to drop it on the market, could you?
Yeah, for sure.
You could.
Yeah, just
Because people trust preferred.
Just ran some straight gas, and there was some great ones in there that in the rec market, hell yeah. You know, for like wholesale bags, maybe not. It might not go on certain menus, certain distro menus, you know, but hell yeah, for the rec, like people want flavors. People want gas and haze and all that stuff more than they want purple, you know, candy stuff. It's weird, especially in California.
It is interesting because that alone is its own thing, is trying to figure out, okay, what should we go after next? What should we hunt? Like, you know, okay, do we hunt purple candies, or we try to figure out a purple Urkel cross and try to redefine what is candy in purple form, you know? And
We did that forever, and I know what you're saying, and it's important, right? To like, if you would have caught on to like runts when runts first dropped, yeah, it'd be a cool little run for you, right? But like I said, we're just trying to grow our own things, and we're trying to smoke and put out what we like, because that's the important thing. They trust us for a reason. That's what the brand is. They trust us to put out what we want, and we put that out. We're not going to put out like, you know, whatever the market is asking for, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. And it sucks too, because what the market's usually asking for, going back to like the whole buying thing, and now what we're selling is like, it's generally like a lagging indicator, right? Like of what everyone wants that they've been hearing about, it's like people are asking for per market sales because all the clones or whatever are out now, or all the seeds are out, or everyone's nursery has that cut now. So it's like, it's almost like in a
Too
lagging
late.
way when you see like more of like the basic brands just like branding like a Zope or something. It's just like, all right, like you
Did
can't
well
be searching
a
for that
reason, 'cause
now,
it
you
was
know?
good,
So
yeah, we know we're not like, we don't count anything out. Like he said, the Blue Dream is like, yeah, I grew it and it was fire. It's like, damn, after everyone talked shit for so long, there was just so much Blue Dream around. You know, it was all just a bunch of random trap bags. It's like we zoned in, we grew Blue Dream really well in the mix light, and it was smoking fucking A1. If we had it right now, it was blowing like bone white, dripping, mad flavor, smooth as fuck.
high as shit.
Blue Dream.
High as shit.
Should tickle my nose.
Yeah, and it sold faster than anything.
they trust you, and they trust that you know what good weed is, and that you wouldn't put anything out, even strain wise, that isn't QC'd to preferred standard. So it's easy to go into it and say like, I'm willing to try whatever, then put me onto something. right? It's almost like if you like the restaurant or the chef, you'll probably try something that you might normally not try.
Yeah,
100%.
And I trust in you, so like, yeah, fucking,
Doesn't
you know,
sound good,
hamburger
but-
tartare, okay,
Yeah.
like I don't
This
know,
dude
but
feeding me
like, let's
fish.
see.
It's all about trust. That's what a brand is a trust factor. And when you lose it, you lose it forever. You know what I mean? And like people, like consistency, I think is the most important thing. And yeah, maybe we don't have like the highest of the best weed in the planet, you know, because I don't think that's really achievable to be consistent and put that out. We do put out stuff that maybe like lighter on like the top highest connoisseur in the world might be like, oh, that was okay. But yeah, it's different. We have a lot of weed to sell and we have to fit this model and we want it to be consistent. And landing that is impossible at the very top. We do put out the very top stuff too, but we also have stuff that's, just great weed.
It makes sense. How important is it for brands these days to have their own in-house bred genetics? Do you think it's important at all?
Super crazy important. Yeah, you just get ran over if you don't. I think it's everything. I think people should, if they don't do breeding and selecting and holding libraries themselves, they should find people like you or other breeders or other people that have genetics and license with them for special things that aren't allowed to be spread out to everybody. I think that's everything. And that's, like I said, that's part of the big reason why we were super successful is we didn't whore out all the stuff that we had. We pheno hunted things. And even if that cut got out that we had, which was fine, it would still take almost a year before they were growing into production and barely anyone would get it, And by then we're moving on to the next thing over and over again. We have so many genetics dropping. It's crazy. Like people don't even understand. We just drop shit like nonstop.
Like throwing stuff away that people are just now adding on. Like, do you want it? Like, it's almost like the couch is like left out on the curb. Like, do you want it? Like, we're kind of done with it, So it is what it is.
Yeah. And the plan is to maybe get a nursery in the future and kind of when we're done with it, we release it. And that's kind of, that's been an old school play, but I think it would work well for us too. Just because we get rid of so much cool stuff.
We need that. That's an awesome idea, honestly, because we need clean genetics. You know what clean is. We trust you, right? And that's a hard thing to achieve consistently as well with some type of clone farm, right? Because now it's one thing if something breaks out and you know how to manage it. It's another thing if something breaks out and you pass the clone and now it's this whole fucking deal. So I think a lot of great genetics companies are like, man, it's so much extra hassle, but it's something that we need in the industry. I mean, it's a joke right now for a lot of clone farms, right? That's why so many people are hunting and breeding.
Sure.
What are you working on right now? And where can we find preferred? Like what states? Like if I'm in Arizona
For sure. Yep.
California, Florida, Jesus. Where else?
Illinois is coming up next. New York's pretty heavy with flower right now. We got Illinois coming up, Maryland,
Pennsylvania,
Israel, Pennsylvania.
Israel.
Yeah.
How'd that come about?
just left Portugal. So we're going across the pond really soon. I mean, you can see, like we talked about, we're doing the Mary Jane this year. So that's in June. We're just doing events back to back to back. It's getting pretty crazy, but also like I barely remember all the states, but I work on them every day. So it's like, it's just getting big and we're small,
You're talking about Israel and Portugal and some of these other new places. Illinois is a tough state to get in because there's a cap on licenses.
Yeah.
Is it the same conversation that they want from the preferred team, or is it all different pertaining to what state
It's
or
all
what
different.
region?
Most of them don't know what they want yet. They may think that, oh yeah, we're just going to get this brand and we'll do this licensing and we'll grow the weed we want to grow it. And it's just going to sell which it kind of does. We're a California brand. We got cool genetics and stuff like that. Yeah. But
it's because it's with you. You know what you need to bring to the table.
Yeah. And they don't understand that I might just like X things out, like in the QC process. Like we actually stopped liking that. We don't like that terp anymore. Like we know that wasn't grown properly. Oh, we get to smoke the batch. We decide not to drop it. That's where you find out who the real partners are, is when you get into those conversations, like we're going to lose money. Yeah. Find another way to do with this. We're not dropping into my brand. Yeah, you got to be hardcore. We take this shit so serious. We built this thing from the ground up, solo, and it's fucking became what it is now. And no one's going to fuck that up.
I love that. Don't waver from the vision. I mean, you hear that same commonality with like the top guys, the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezos, the Bill Gates. I mean, people can love them or hate them, but like these guys that have changed industries, it's like, no, they have the vision. They know what it takes. Just follow. Trust me. And that's a hard thing to say with having multiple partners. You're talking Israel. I mean, we're even talking across cultures now. So business gets tough because you hear about like
doing the QC. Those are trusted people there though, growing the genetics and stuff. So it's like, okay, I feel pretty confident in their QC. They're hardcore too. So
Dave, who helps you on the business side? Do you have like a mentor?
I don't. No.
He's like Chuck Norris.
Because that figuring out process is also holds some people back from even doing it.
Yeah, I just do it the hard way and then learn the hard lessons and make adjustments. That's what it is.
Did you have a mentor in the cultivation side?
Kinda. I mean, me and Uncle Tony kind of started and did it together. So he was like the construction mentor on that. That's a big, huge part of the cultivation. So he was like a construction partner mentor with me in the beginning, and he's helping me at the grow now. So it's like a cool circle, you know?
Yeah,
but no, not really. To your team. No, I just read all the books in the world and just took all the fucking L's possible. I just came up on 20 years of cultivation. Crazy. Yeah.
Well, and the scale is crazy.
It's been nonstop too. It's like from start in my life, you know? So it's, that's no mentors. No, these guys are my mentors now. I'm the dumbass in the crew, you know, these guys are killing it.
Brandon from Third Gen brought this up, and I thought this was an interesting point is, you know, he thought like there should be like this committee, a committee of people who we represent in the industry or represented in the industry who bring a lot of knowledge. And when these states come online who haven't built programs out yet, or these new countries go online and they're trying to figure out like, and it seems like a lot of these places go into it like this has never happened before. We're going to mine gold, you know, like, and you're like, no, this state just failed. Just look from what they just did and don't do it that way. Do you think there needs to be some type of committee? I mean, because I'm sure you're getting
cool, but I can't focus on fucking cutting my own grass. Like we're all the fuck in on this brand, so I don't got the time to sit on a board and like try to teach people what to do when they're going to be like, oh no, that's not a good idea.
Legislation.
I wish it would work that way, but it's not the case. They don't look at us like that. You know, we're a different kind of breed. Like we're running around in all fucking red with gold on and shit, and people are just plotting. It's different. We've been selling bags and growing weed and doing, you know, we're fucking drug dealers at the end of the day, you know, and they always look at us like that. So if you're talking about a committee to talk to like the government officials or something, yeah, hell no.
To be like, hey,
they're
listen,
gonna say they're smarter than us and we're dumbasses and we make money because we're fucking illegal operators. You know,
you just see some of the laws and they just. It doesn't help for longevity of business and entrepreneurs and small business to scale up to become big business. It's not built for that. And you just go to like, man, if you could get with the right people who can kind of be like, no, listen, when you tax per plant, it doesn't really make sense because the cultivators have to kill this many plants. Like there's just so many little nuances to like, if you could write the laws right, if you actually talk to the right people, there could be a lot more success in this industry, but it's like, it just, you know, if there could be peace in the world, it kind of feels like that when I say that. It's like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they would just think that we're trying to finagle the rules for our own gain, which we probably would, you know.
Let's be honest. Put a badge on me and let me bust in a grow house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But there might be some 18-year-old though. You never know, just cooking up, trying to do that. You know, like that. Maybe their father, uncle, brother does stuff in the industry. He's like, that's whack. Like, boom, light bulb. Like, I can go fix this. So, like, you know, maybe coming down the road, you never know. Just keep hustling, and then shit. Like, oh, this changed, or this like this, or this got freed up, or an advantage is now in play. Like, all right, cool, we're going to capitalize on it because you've been working the whole time, not like putting your time elsewhere. Like he's saying, like we're all in. So
what about a piece of advice from everybody for people who want to be in the industry or other brands that want to be like, wow, this is pretty incredible what you guys are doing?
I just say work harder and go through all the L's. You just gotta, that's the only way to really learn. I don't think like using consultants and kind of, you know, doing things, if you're like that same person, if I'm a grower and I'm already growing well and I'm like, hey Dave, what's this? You know, like you just got to take that L and figure it out because a lot of people are just full of shit. But yeah, work harder always. It's the easy one.
What about you, Alex? Piece of advice.
Consistency and persistence. I think if you can lock those two things down, you can really do anything.
I'd say authenticity. Like, be authentic. Don't fake your shit.
Don't fake your shit. She says that a lot.
Easily said than done.
Yeah.
I mean,
facts.
I'm sure you get a lot, Dave, like, damn, man, you're just like you are online, or just like I thought you are. Wow, you're more friendly than I thought you would be. Right? And
it's important, and that's where the whole crew is super authentic. Like, we're just fucking, you know, Phil can be an asshole sometimes. He takes his shit serious. You know what I mean? But he's himself. I know who I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. But that was a good one. Yeah, I love that. Authentic. Authentic is our group.
Easily overlooked, but so important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blaine, I mean, your background's crazy. Piece of advice, bro.
You could probably always work harder.
Mm-hmm.
So every single time you're like, damn, you know, like I've done an X, Y, Z. Go back to A, you know, like you got to redo it. So there's always something to do. So probably just get to it, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely be yourself. Be genuine. Be yourself. Like, don't try to fake no funk. Just be yourself. It's the best you can do, man.
Yeah, everyone
Like,
else is already
honest,
taken.
Be yourself and put in the work, put in the effort, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Easily overlooked. And I think some people think they won't be accepted in the industry. And it's like, dude, we'll love you more, dude. We really will. Like females as well. Like if you're into this and that and pottery or gaming or I mean, you name it and you incorporate that into your brand, we see that more and more these days and we accept it more and more. I mean, look what Super Dope kind of reinvigorated that whole hookup skateboard culture. And now you see everybody on that wave, right? And you see these waves come about where it's just dope to see brands being brands. Like when I see red and I see that, especially now with this.
Now no one can be red.
For real. I mean, Blue Dream is now Red Dream.
Red Dream.
We're starting to.
It's Red Dream.
You just named it.
Where can they find you, Dave? Where can they find your products? Where can they keep up with this journey?
You need to be on our website. Yeah. www.prefergardens.com. That's the reality. You can find all the socials that are still around there. The problem is Instagram is like our main thing and it really just shot off, but that doesn't mean much because we got more motion than ever. And we thought Instagram was like the big thing. It's really not. So like find us on our website, find us in the stores, like California, we're basically in every fucking store. And if we're not in your store, then pick us up now because you're dumb. You can find us, you know, that's it. The socials are on the website. So go there.
Are you hiring?
We're always hiring. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, BAs and, you know, we're looking for people that are like pushing the brand. So yeah, we're hiring. I get hit up so much, and this is for everyone listening. I get hit up so much in DMs about, can you put me in touch with this brand, or I want to work for this company, or hey, can you just introduce me to this person? Put yourself in play. Like if they're hiring and you think you're the right person, yeah, bro, fly to Florida or do whatever it takes. Like most of us aren't from this part of the city.
Pull up in the parking lot when it's 110 outside, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you
and
want
say,
to
I'll sweep the floors is exactly what he did.
Yeah, literally whatever. Dog.
It's like what Jimmy
I pushed
Iovine
him
says.
off for maybe a year and now he's fucking in the seat. You know what I mean? So that's what you need to do for sure. But don't fucking DM me, please. Like hit up my wife at contact@preferredgardens@gmail.
I didn't see it going there.
Neither did I. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
When you see her at the shopping mall, just let her know.
Talk to her.
I want a job with Preferred.
They're both busy. You can hit me up.
Damn, man. It's awesome sitting down with you guys, and it's awesome to see the team grow. It really is. Like every time we revisit this, I'm like, dope ass convo, sick ass team growing. Man, it's inspiring for brands. And whenever I have these convos with guys that are trying to build this, I'm always pointing to people who I'm like, you should be watching what they're doing. And you guys are it, man. You really are. And I know it's easy to, boast and blow this up, but it's like so inspiring, bro.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, we're blessed enough to do what we love, and we love the plant. And it's like all of it is just fucking awesome. It's super fun. I love these guys more than anything. So it's like the money is just like extra, the success is extra, and who knows what happens from that. But as long as we can keep this core together, it's cool.
Feels like that Budweiser now that you say that. And I'm looking at the red and shit, and I'm like, building a legacy. I mean, if we were in the 30s
Coca-Cola.
and 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go too.
Like,
awesome, man. Well,
might fuck around, be here forever.
Yeah, Preferred Gardens, first smoke of the day. ZA Olympics, Mary Jane Berlin. Yeah, dude, we're out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Smoke some Mix Light.
Peace.
Go smoke some Mix Light.
Indoor Plus, baby.
Yeah.
Peace.
All day.
First Smoke family, If you want more video, unreleased content, stuff we can't put on YouTube, you want early drops, weeks and weeks in advance, FSOTD.com gets you all that. You become part of the family, you get hooked up with early content, you get unreleased content we can't put out on YouTube because we get age restricted and we get strikes, the whole deal. FSOTD.com gets you hooked up like family. But if you just want to keep watching, here we go. Let's let another one roll.